Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Cooking with Tammy. Today I'm going to show you how to make a delicious honey sriracha shrimp and salmon pasta. Only about 30 minutes in the kitchen today, guys. Yes, it's summertime and it's hot, so we want to what? Get in that kitchen and get out that kitchen. So, for our ingredients, we're going to need bell peppers. As you can see, we have about 3 different colors of bell peppers. However, if you only have one, that will work perfectly fine. We also have our salmon along with our shrimp. Now, you know the motto. All of our seafood, all of our protein, always washed clean to perfection and ready to go. For our seasonings, paprika, that's just regular, of course, along with parsley, cedarwood smoked seafood seasoning, all-purpose seasoning, salt, ground black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, cherry tomatoes, and onion. This is a Vidalia onion, which is a sweet onion. You can also use shallots. We have butter on deck along with garlic, spinach, honey, reduced sodium soy sauce, sriracha, and last but not least, pasta. With all of that being said, let's get to cooking. We're going to start off with seasoning our salmon. We're going to introduce a small amount of oil. First thing we want to do is add a little bit of salt and ground black pepper. Not much because we're going to be using other seasonings as well. A little garlic powder. Get a little flavor on our salmon. Onion powder, of course. Our all-purpose seasoning. Going to keep a light hand. If you don't have my brand of all-purpose seasoning, then use any all-purpose seasoning. Also, if you don't have the seafood smoked cedarwood seasoning, you could definitely rock out with seafood seasoning. We're going to add a good amount of this stuff because this stuff right here has those citrus and smoky notes, and it tastes really well. All right, perfect. Paprika for a little extra color. And parsley. Gonna take our hands and we're just gonna pat the seasoning in, make sure it sticks to the salmon. We're gonna flip our salmon over. And we're gonna repeat the same process. Small drizzle of oil. Massage it into the salmon. And we're gonna go for it. A little salt and pepper, not much. Onion powder. Garlic powder. All-purpose seasoning. Smoked seafood seasoning. Okay. Paprika. Alrighty. And last but not least, our parsley. Boom. Good to go. All right. In the meanwhile, our pan should be getting nice and hot. I'm going to use my cast iron skillet. However, you can use a regular skillet. As long as we could brown this salmon on up, we are going to be in business. All right. Moving right along, we need to season up our salmon. You're right, girl. Moving right along, we need to season up our shrimp. To the shrimp, in goes a small drizzle of oil. We're going to add our onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of salt and ground black pepper, smoked seasoning. Alrighty, all-purpose seasoning, paprika, and parsley. We're going to combine all of our seasonings with the shrimp really well. Add some more paprika. I need some color in this shrimp. You hear me? All right, we're looking good so far. Thus far, everything is looking good to go. All right, to our hot pan, let's get that small drizzle of oil nice and hot. Okay, make sure that pan is well lubricated. And as soon as that pan is nice and hot, I'm gonna flip the salmon over. Perfect. We have a good crust going on. And we're gonna allow it to brown on the other side as well for about another, I wanna say 2 to 3 minutes. We are gonna lower our flame. We are not gonna rush this situation. Allow the salmon to cook through thoroughly. Let's take this time to slice our cherry tomatoes in half. We're going to add our pasta to some boiling water, get that process started as well. I got a question this morning. How do we know when our salmon is fully cooked? Well, when you do this right here and it's firm, or you decide to maybe squeeze the sides of the salmon and it's firm as well, that's a perfect indication. Also, once the salmon releases itself from the bottom of the pan, especially when using cast iron, that's another indication that your salmon is fully cooked and ready to be removed from the pan. We're going to remove our salmon, place it onto this plate, and once we're done, we're going to set it aside. Using the same pan, we're going to add a small drizzle of oil, and our pan is still extremely hot, so we're going to take this time to add our shrimp. I'm going to add all of the shrimp because, yeah, you know, why not? The pan is big enough to get the job done. We're going to spread the shrimp on out. Allow each and every piece of shrimp to get perfect surface contact going on. Once that shrimp is nice and brown, we're going to flip it on over, allow it to cook on the other side as well. And for this particular recipe, guys, I know a lot of times we cook our proteins halfway through, but for this recipe, we're going to cook the shrimp all the way through, just like the salmon. Let's add some butter. We're also going to add a few drops of lemon juice. After we coat the shrimp with the lemon juice, let's get the shrimp out of the pan. Alright, using the same pan, it's time for us to have some fun. So we're going to introduce some garlic to our pan. Add any type of garlic, freshly chopped, minced, paste, it doesn't matter. Let's stir that garlic around. Now, cast iron skillets, as most of us know, gets really, really hot. So at this point in time, let's lower the flame because we want to brown our garlic, aka toast it, but we don't want to burn it. We're also going to add our cherry tomatoes to the mix. Stir that on in as well. Allow all of those flavors to be released. Since we're going to be incorporating onions with this recipe, let's dice up some onions. And let's add it to our pan. Get those onions in there. Grab a spatula and we're going to toss those onions around. Allow the onions to become translucent. We're also going to add our bell peppers. We're going to toss these bell peppers around, stir it on up, bring everything from the bottom to the top. Allow all of the flavors to marry and intertwine. And we are good to go at this point in time. Time to have some more fun. Let's season up these veggies. We're going to add some salt and pepper. Small amount, of course, along with all-purpose seasoning. Make sure you get your hands on Cooking with Tammy all-purpose seasoning. It's really, really good. And for color, we're going to add some, what guys? Paprika. We're going to add a good amount. Once we're done, we're going to stir it on up once again. Make sure everything is well combined. Let's break down these granulated seasonings and get this pot flavored. I know I didn't mention this earlier, but we're going to add some seafood bouillon. Shrimp bouillon to be precise. We're going to add a small amount. And this is definitely going to amp the flavors up even more. Once we're done, we're going to stir it on up. Make sure everything is well combined. We're going to add a good amount of spinach, and the spinach is not going to overpower this dish. Trust me. In fact, the spinach is going to break down so much, you're going to be like, okay, where is the spinach? Like, goodness, did I even add spinach to this dish? Spinach, spinach, where are you? Come out of hiding. All right, let's allow that spinach to break down. Sauce is looking great. Pasta is finished. We're going to add our pasta. Ooh, to our beautiful veggie sauce. And we're just going to incorporate our pasta with the veggies. This is definitely looking like a Grand Slam meal. Gorgeous. The aroma. Woo-wee. Alright guys, in the meanwhile, I need you to get a second pan ready because we are going to create our delicious sauce. I think this is perfectly incorporated. Alright, looking good thus far. Get your tomatoes, bring those back in. Alright, let's introduce some of this to our pan. At this point in time, let's turn the stove top off. Alright, let's get saucy. It's time to make our sauce, alright? We're going to start off with adding about a 1/4 cup of low sodium reduced soy sauce. However, if you have regular, use regular. We're also going to add a good amount of honey. Now, if you don't have honey, you could always use agave nectar or brown sugar. We're going to add a small amount of sriracha. However, if you don't like, or let's say you can't have sriracha, you can always omit that and just leave it out. Let's also add some ginger paste for a nice little gingery flavor. Once we're done, we're going to allow our sauce to reduce by half and become slightly thickened. It's time for us to plate this beautiful dish. Grab your favorite bowl. Let's add some of our pasta. Be sure to get enough veggies in there as well. Don't even cheat yourself when it comes to the veggies, because I can guarantee you this pasta by itself is so delicious. We're also going to add our perfectly seared salmon. And I don't know if you realize, but I went ahead and I added 2 pieces of salmon to our delicious pasta bowl. Yes, I did. We're going to take our shrimp and we're going to add it on top of our salmon as well. Once we're done, we're going to grab our delicious honey sriracha reduction sauce. Woo! And we're just going to simply drizzle it on top of the salmon and the shrimp. And of course, a little bit on the pasta as well. And guys, you're going to close your eyes and go in for a big taste test because we are done. Don't forget to follow me on all platforms, TikTok, Instagram, so on and so forth. Don't forget to get your seasonings, of course, at cookingwithtammy.shop. And as always, I'm your girl, Cooking with Tammy, and I will definitely catch you guys in another video. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.